in the second episode.
Stupid ass.
And the second episode of Karkness Kast begins with the topic of discussion being Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Oh my God, I botched it. We got to go back and redo it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't feel like it.
All right.
So, I guess the best way that we can talk about it initially is breaking it down into categories like gameplay, graphics, characters, story.
I'm pretty butthurt right now about playing it on Insanity. But yeah, I guess we'll start with
The high gameplay.
Let's not do highs and lows. Let's do it in categories. And I wanna.
That's what I meant. Like the best part about it is the gameplay.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I wanted to talk about the pacing of it first.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I was really vibing with the pacing of Grace's section at first until it got to the mansion part of things or the hotel part of things or whatever it was. I think it was a hospital or something. Yeah, that section, I know you didn't mind it, but I really did not like it because it reminded me of Resident Evil 2, and I didn't like Resident Evil 2. So
I didn't mind that section so much. I minded the section afterwards when you're in the cave. I didn't like that one. I felt like that's when it dragged on.
See, I actually liked that part better.
I can see it as a concept being cooler, but I thought that the hotel didn't have a bad flow to it. I thought that the cave just felt tacked on and it was slow and there were some interesting segments, some neat segments, but overall I wasn't too impressed.
It didn't take as long though.
No, it didn't take as long, but it felt more like a drag, in my opinion. You're probably going to disagree.
I am going to disagree because the hotel section of it for me dragged immensely. Or hospital. I think it's a hospital.
It's a hotel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because there's no hotel rooms or anything. It's more of an estate. It's like an estate.
I'm not really sure what the fuck it is, to be honest. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's an estate. I'm not really sure what it is. Either way, if we're going to break it down into story beats, it seems like they're drip feeding you during Grace's segment with Leon gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's the problem I had with it at first because I didn't think we were gonna get a long section gameplay with Leon, and that was really bothering me.
I didn't think we were gonna get it either. I thought that it was kind of like I was gonna put on my story. Man, I love this Resident Evil Grace game with a tiny bit of Leon thrown in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me. I know you didn't care for the section, but the Raccoon City part of it was the saving grace for me.
It could have been better.
I'm not saying it couldn't have been better, but like the game needed a long-term Leon gameplay.
It did. If it didn't have it,
I would rate it probably below a 5 if that was the case.
I don't blame you. I mean, I will say, once you do hit the Raccoon City section, I do think it's better than any other section besides. I actually liked going in the
Arc.
I did like going in the Arc. I thought that even Grace's segments in it weren't bad.
No, they weren't, and they were easier.
They were easier. I liked the aesthetic of the Arc. I thought that it worked really well for Leon. I thought the boss fight with Gideon was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the Arc was overall probably the most solid for both of them. As far as like, Solo, Leon. My problem with Raccoon City is it just all kind of looks the same and it's dark. If there's one criticism I have to give the game, it's so fucking dark.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think the glare helped at all. And neither did you being on a Steam Deck.
I did play the game on a Steam Deck. Mason played it on a PS5.
And yeah, the game looked. I mean, it was visually better, and it was brighter too.
Yeah, it probably was brighter. Yeah, but I felt like when I was playing it, it was dark.
Cause when I saw you go into the cave section, I didn't have a problem with the darkness like you did, but seeing you play through that section, I was like, wow, this is dark.
Yeah, like I had to adjust the brightness because it was that dark.
Yeah. Yeah, on the PS5, I didn't have that problem.
Um, Kind of strayed away from it a little bit, but let's go into the categories of gameplay, and I'll let you take the floor first.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the best we've seen from Leon. It's better gameplay than 4. It's better gameplay than 4 remake than 6.
Really, you think the gameplay is better than 4?
100%. Um, just because like you got so much to your disposal, and you have so many. There's so many things that he can do. In comparison to what he could do before. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll say the thing that was probably better about the original RE4 in terms of gameplay was the fact that it just flowed well with everything. You know what I mean?
No, it
So,
definitely did.
so in that sense, I would say that RE4 is still the best in terms of gameplay, but it's cooler to watch Requiems, and the fact that you can pick up enemies' melee weapons and you know kick their heads in a wall and such. Like you don't see that in any of the other games.
It was. I mean, what do you think about Grace's gameplay?
Um, I think hers wasn't that bad because one thing I noticed with it is on standard at least, it's much easier to stagger the zombies than it is with Leon, which is surprising, and I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it only took like one shot to the leg to stagger them, and then you can kick them or push them. And it gave you iframes, it gave you leeway, and like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, not even 7 or Village gave you that. I mean, 7 and Village gave you like a block option, but that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So it definitely gives you more leeway in that sense. But still makes the game like pretty tense sometimes with Grace's sections, especially when they're crowded.
Yeah. I mean, Leon's gameplay is obviously the best part about the game.
Yeah.
It's good. Like I was talking to you earlier, I said that I still think that 4 OG 4 has the best gameplay, and I stand by that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not in flair or anything like that, but just how it flows and how the enemies react
Hmm.
to it. I would have to agree because it's so it's so mastercrafted for the game itself, you know, for the length of it, for the sections, for the enemies.
But I still feel like maybe I'm kind of wrong because I don't feel like we got enough gameplay from Leon because we didn't get a mercenaries mode, and that's like my one major grievance of the game, and I'll come back to that later. But we didn't get a mercenaries mode, and I felt like to show off the gameplay because it's been revamped. It's better than it was in RE4 remake.
Yeah, I'll agree. I feel like it was like Raccoon City was probably Leon's. Well, it was Leon's longest section,
Yeah.
and it wasn't long enough still to showcase everything he could do. You know,
No, it definitely wasn't.
I mean, I got through Raccoon City in probably like an hour and a half,
I don't know if I got through it that quickly. I felt
maybe
like I
two
was in.
hours.
I think I was through there. I think I was in there for a while. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like it was for a while. I felt like it was definitely a lengthy section.
It was lengthy, but I
Are you when you say Raccoon City? Are you including
well,
RPD?
no, I'm not including RPD.
Okay.
Um,
Even still, I think I might have been 2 hours for me
yeah,
without RPD.
it was probably 2 hours for me, but even still, like it makes you wish that you could play the whole game as Leon, honestly, and that they would make sections that were harder just because of that, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's what people understood. And the interesting part is they chose to introduce Grace, but I feel like the sequel to this game, which has the potential to be the best Resident Evil, is going to be Chris and Leon together. If they go where I think they're going to go with that. And
Yeah.
honestly, how can you go wrong with that?
I'm sure there's a way.
I don't think that Capcom fucked anything up in RE9. I think that they could have made better decisions, but I don't want to necessarily say that they fucked anything up. Like, we knew that we were going to get Grace gameplay.
Yeah. I mean,
That
wait, they showed us Grace before
they showed us
Leon.
Leon.
Yeah.
And that's because of the dumbass Resident Evil community that has been harping for years now that Resident Evil is solely about horror and it has nothing to do with action, even though it has mostly to do with action with horror elements, survival horror elements.
At least the modern games.
And I
And
won't.
and I say modern like RE4 and up, and RE4 is considered the best of all time.
Yeah, and the survival aspect of the games is it's kind of on the it's subjective. You know what I mean? Because as far as survival is concerned, it's like you have a limited amount of resources.
Yeah.
But that's like that goes for any game. I feel like
Thing is though is 4 through 6 didn't really have that, like in terms of like limited resources.
7 did.
7 did, but
8 not so much.
are you kidding me?
I don't feel like 8.
I think 8 was probably more important to hang on to your resources than 7 was.
I'm gonna go back and play through it, but I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I think you and I had different experiences with it,
We might have.
but I ended up needing just well, the thing about it is the enemies are obviously more aggressive in 8 and more plentiful, and it gives you about the same amount of ammo that 7 does. I mean, I know you do have more weapons in 8 though.
You do have more weapons. I felt like, and the weapons were more effective. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
there definitely was more enemies, but I personally felt like I didn't have a problem managing my inventory. But just back to RE9, I will give the game credit, and this kind of works to its favor and kind of doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The game does a very good job with the distinctions between Leon and Grace's gameplay, like, and how and not only their gameplay but just how the game functions as a whole. Like, Leon
Is leagues above.
yeah, he's leagues above, and it's not only that, but the game feels different. It's more action oriented. You feel more confident while you're playing as him, and the game runs completely different. Like, the puzzles are limited. It feels like I mean, even the small differences, like you save on a computer instead of a typewriter. You don't have a storage container because your inventory is so large. Your health circle being different as opposed to Grace's. Uh, just the you don't get any bottles as Leon. I don't think.
No.
No bottles.
No,
So
because you don't need to stealth around as him.
yeah,
Even if you're out of ammo, you can still fuck enemies up.
yeah, and then you have the parrying system. You have like the melee weapons, which are actually effective.
Mm-hmm.
So the game expects you to play completely differently, and it feels different. It feels like two different games.
Even the stealth kills as Leon are like loud.
Yeah, they are. It's the game feels like two different games, and while I can really appreciate that because that is impressive for them to do, sometimes it's hard to switch in between. Sometimes it doesn't feel right to go from, walking around tiptoeing as Grace, worrying about your surroundings, being as cautious as possible, being very conservative with ammo, and your resources, and then going to Leon and being able to blow through pretty much it all, blow through sections of the game that would have taken you like I don't know, like twice, 3 times longer.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it definitely feel like, especially at first when you were at the estate, it felt like you were just speed running as Leon.
yeah, I mean, it really did feel like it, and I think it does a good job showing like the power scaling.
Yeah.
Leon doesn't feel any weaker than he was in RE6, to be honest with you. I don't think he does. I think that if you put RE9 Leon in RE6, he would have performed pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with the scaling. And I was kind of worried, like, oh, they're going to kind of nerf him a little bit, but they don't. They don't nerf him. So props to Capcom for somehow managing to bring Leon from that shit into RE9. And I'm sure he's not quite as competent because he is older, in his 50s, and so he's probably slower or not as durable. But he's also inflicted with the sickness the entire time. And when he is fighting Gideon at the end, and like you saw him parrying tentacles, I don't think he would have done that if he had the sickness. But I think because he was cured, it allowed him to do that. And
yeah, no, I mean he was messed up at the end.
Honestly, if I had to critique the game, we should have seen what Leon was like before he was inflicted with the sickness, so we could get a grasp on how much it did alter his gameplay and his health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing crazy, but just like because it even affected his mood. Like he was definitely a lot more grim when he was inflicted with it, and then once he got rid of it, I just seemed like he had higher spirits.
Yeah. Definitely more energetic.
He was.
Let's go on to the plot of him having the sickness first of all, and just the plot in general. I feel like first of all, him having the sickness, it was like a it was a way to nerf him, obviously, and like you said, it was just a retcon.
It felt like a retcon.
Like they're gonna have the T virus that long after that happened.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Activate what almost 30 years
right
after the events of the first game.
It was 30 years because Leon, I think Leon was like 21 in RE2.
Wow, so 30 years after the fact.
Yeah,
I don't buy it. I think it was kind of cheap. I don't think that's how. I don't think that's where it should have been.
I think as soon as I saw Emily in the display, I knew where it was heading. Because it looks like Grace. You know what I mean? It's I mean, Grace has been hunted there for a reason and put there, and Gideon just saying like, "Oh yeah, you're special." It was clear that she was like, if not like an original host, like one of the original of whatever they were concocting, and they definitely, it was obvious they made Grace. You know what I mean?
I still don't understand how she was the key to anything. I don't get it. I like
Um,
what she typed in a fucking computer.
yeah, it was, I guess, memories implanted in her, or or seeing the video that she did, she would know. I don't really know.
I'm not
To be honest
sure.
with you,
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was all about. I don't understand how.
I mean, she did. Somehow she figured out that Elpis was Spencer's atonement. You know, even though, if I remember correctly, before he died, he was still trying to take over the world. I might be wrong. I need to go back and check. But like when Wesker killed him, they were talking about working together into taking over the world.
Yeah, because I mean, how long ago? When did Wesker die?
RE5, so like 2008.
And how old was Grace?
I was trying to figure that out.
Because like, when does that coincide? You know?
Yeah, hmm.
I don't know. I don't know when he came in, and I don't know. I really don't know. It does. The game doesn't really do a good job explaining the plot.
No.
It kind of gives you a couple antagonists.
And obviously Gideon looks like Oswald Spencer, and then you got Zeno,
It looks
who's
like
clearly. I thought it was Albert.
I did think it was Wesker. I
Yeah.
googled it. I was like, "Is that Wesker?" And they're like, "No."
Because when I was looking at it, I was just laughing, like it was because if that was Wesker, that would have been laughable at them just like trying to stick him in,
Bring him back.
bring him back. Because yeah, he was the best villain, but they shouldn't bring him back.
No, they shouldn't.
Like
If you wanted to clone him, that would be one thing. But why would you clone him? Like the only reason he had anything was because of the virus.
yeah.
So that's it. I mean, yeah. I was talking to you earlier, and I said the best character in the series. I mean, the best antagonist in the series is Wesker.
Yeah. 100%, no doubt.
Yeah, there's nobody that comes close. There are several good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that RE9, like, I didn't mind the protagonist. I thought Zeno had a cool look,
Mm-hmm.
but he got fucking no-diffed by Gideon.
Which was weird,
It was
because Leon handled Gideon, at least after the fact that Gideon choked Leon out. He handled him every time pretty well. But then you got, well, actually no, that happened because Zeno got injected.
he did inject himself, but I just like Zeno had like he didn't have any time to shine.
Mm-mm. I think he should have been the last boss battle, and maybe
I agree.
yeah.
No, I
I
think
don't know.
I think he should have been. Like, what if Gideon injected himself instead, and Zeno took place? I don't think that. I don't think that Wesker's fighting RE5, where he's dodging shit. I don't think that's that good. I think it's kind of annoying.
It's easy,
I was struggling to figure it out.
but when you do figure it out, it's just like okay, just don't waste your ammo on Wesker.
Stay away from him.
Yeah.
Shoot him at a distance.
Mm-hmm. You see the videos of like people shooting rockets at Wesker, and then he dodges, and then it goes through and shoots the partner. It's funny.
Shit happened to me where I just completely missed, or he dodged out of the way, or something. But yeah, I think the plot was very weak. There was no Ada in it, which surprised me.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I don't like my shorts showing in this camera.
All right, I'll just edit this out then.
It's not Rose that I'm worried about.
Well, then what are you worried about? Look. She's gonna be fine. I just know it. What else matters?
We matter, Ethan. You matter. You just won't.
Mia, what are you talking about? Is there something you're not telling me? Come on, talk to me. Damn it. I have to take this.
Yeah, that was bad. Black on black, and it looked like I was wearing shorty shorts.
Shit, I can't pause.
Just skip it.
There we go. Alright. We're back. Or as Brody Shred says, hell of a clap.
Clap.
I don't think that's funny.
No, it's not.
I kind of wish he didn't do that, to be honest with you.
We were talking about how Ada wasn't in the game.
Yeah, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'm very glad of that as well, because that meant that there was no female empowerment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that they're like. That's clearly the way that they were going in RE4 remake. Because they gave her the fucking U3 fight. They gave her the laser room, so that takes away from Leon's accomplishments.
Yep.
And that's I feel like that's shitty. That's a shitty
yeah.
thing to do.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is one of the reasons why RE4 remake is inferior to the original. On top of, you know, RE4 just being a better game in general.
Yeah. 100%.
But no, I know she isn't, but I like to think she just died. Like,
Ada?
yeah, it's like the stupid
No,
bitch.
they didn't kill her.
Like the stupid bitch got into trouble. She kept like double crossing somebody. She double crossed the wrong one and just got like her fucking head chopped off and thrown in a dumpster or a ditch somewhere. That would be good.
Yeah.
Cause like she's such an overrated character. Like I don't like anything about her. She's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
She's repetitive. She sucks.
She just should have died at the end of RE2.
Yeah, she should have. She really should have. Because what is her inclusion? Like, what does her inclusion mean? No, it means nothing. Nothing. Like, it's just, she's an annoyance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she occasionally aids Leon. Like, ooh.
Right.
Big fucking deal. You gave me an RPG, whatever. As if that wouldn't have been possible without the RPG. And RE4.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been possible. Anyway.
I mean, I've defeated Sadler many times without the RPG.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, she does genuinely save him when Leon's getting choked by the big cheese.
She does.
What else? I know there's a couple times that she probably aided him in 6. I think there was one other time she saved him in 4.
Jet ski.
Yeah. I mean, he was probably fucked unless he could hot wire the jet ski in under a minute.
Which he would have been able to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I'm glad not to see Ada there.
Mm.
I think her dynamic with Leon is long past due. Because they're not going anywhere with it.
I was surprised that they didn't. It seemed like they didn't want to include her because everything they wanted to include, they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised too. You're right. It does seem like that was intentional.
Yeah.
Rather than having a lack of time. Because a lot of time went into the game. Because when was the last? Village came out 3 years ago?
No, Village came out like 5 years ago, and then RE4 Remake was 3 years ago.
So, I mean, with that being said, I think they have different game studios. One's dedicated to the remakes, and then one's dedicated to the mainline games. That could be wrong.
So like 4 to 5 years, probably 4 years.
And I mean, they definitely had time. Like, it's a great looking game.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
like it's actually, I'm not gonna say it's one of the best looking games I've seen, but it's
It
I don't
holds
have
up.
I'm talking about RE9.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I say it holds up as in like, you can tell it came out this year.
It looks really good.
To be fair though, I mean, I'd say like 2023 and up, games can't really look much better,
No, they can't.
but
I don't really before we were like, oh, games are gonna look just like real life, and there was the game called like Unrecord, I think, like the
body cam, yeah.
and I remember seeing that at first and being like, wow, this looks like real life.
Body cam actually does look like real life. There's not a lot of games. In fact, there's hardly any games that you can't tell between like it being real or not.
Mm-hmm.
But body cam is one of those games where it's like, am I actually like watching something, or
Yeah, that's, I mean, to this day, I think that's the most realistic looking game.
and it's cool the way they do that, because I don't think they need to put too much power into the graphics, because there's a filter that makes it look like a cam,
Yeah.
but it just looks so damn real.
The I will say, like, some of the cool graphics, like parts of the graphics, is you notice when Grace is like really upset or when she's hanging upside down, her face gets flushed,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was cool. And the hair looks good. The blood looks really good. The blood stays on the
Gore.
wall. When you spread it on the wall, it stays there.
Probably the most brutal death scenes in a Resident Evil.
From what I've seen, they're pretty bad.
I mean, every time you get grabbed by a boss and die, you basically get split in half or decapitated.
Yeah. I think the game is just violent in general.
Yeah.
It's very violent. Like the way that Leon dispatches of a lot of the zombies is pretty gory.
How he puts a chainsaw on their chest and then kicks them.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It felt really gory without it feeling like offensively gory. You know what I mean? And I think that's the way to go. Because these are zombies. So, yeah, I mean, overall, I think the graphics look fantastic. I don't have a single complaint. Honestly.
No, I mean, like I said, it's a newer game.
But I'm not
2026,
Yeah, I'm not a graphics guy, anyways. But graphics look great.
Yeah. I'm only a graphics guy if it looks like shit in its time period.
Yeah. Yeah. I can look past bad graphics if the game is good. Don't get me wrong, good graphics they're cool. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But they're not everything for me. Like, some people will go out of their way to complain about the graphics in games.
Yeah.
Not me. Unless the game looks like really bad. Like it looks like complete dog shit. Like
What's an example?
Walking Tale Destinies.
The Walking Dead Destinies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That game looks like
It looks horrible.
it looks like dog shit.
You can't. Besides it being just a shit game in general, you can't even look past the graphics.
Yeah, the game, and I'm all for stylized graphics.
Yeah.
But that game doesn't have a style.
No, it's just genuinely bad looking.
It's just like they did the best that they could, and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
So, my personal opinion, that's one of the examples that I can think of.
One of the worst purchases I've made.
Yeah, you talk about that. $60 down the drain.
$40.
$40. Okay, that's good.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah, I mean, these mics were more expensive than that.
Yeah, that's
So.
true.
Back to RE9.
Yeah, I hope they had a Mercenaries.
They need
Like
a
you said.
Mercenaries.
They do need one. I'll say, I mean, I don't regret necessarily buying the deluxe over the standard, but it's not worth it. You don't get nothing.
What do you get? A couple outfits?
Yeah, you get a couple outfits, a file, I don't even know what else. Like a
Fucking-
charm.
Fucking neat. Fucking neat.
Right.
What, the raccoon charm?
At least, yeah, something like yeah, it was the raccoon charm. At least Resident Evil 4 remake gave you some weapons.
Yeah, that's crazy. They just try to justify putting a deluxe out there.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't buy it.
yeah. I mean, I probably would have bought it regardless because I was so excited.
It was like I remember talking to you about it, and I was saying I feel mixed about the game, and even now I feel mixed about the game.
Yeah,
Like, of course, if I had to choose between it being bad and good, I'm choosing good.
yeah,
It's not a bad game at all. I just think it's inconsistent, and it was kind of like a bipolar experience for me,
yeah.
because some sections were really awesome, and then 5 minutes later I was getting pissed off at the game because I was like, this is bullshit.
Vine section being one of them.
Vine section was terrible. It was fucking horrible.
Didn't last long though.
They should have just not included it, honestly. Just put like a wave of zombies there instead. That would have been so much better.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that was in the game. I really don't. What the fuck was the purpose? Was that an RE2?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's why they put it in the game.
Yeah, they wanted to add everything.
And I mean, we were talking about this earlier. There was a lot of references to RE2.
Yeah.
There was none to RE4.
No. And I mean, I get it because you're visiting RE2's location, going back to where it all started.
And I talked about how I think that Leon having like trauma from Raccoon City doesn't make any sense to me.
1998. I'll never forget it.
So it's been 28 years since Raccoon City. Because it happened during September. It happened during September, and the game takes place and Requiem takes place in September.
He's 49.
Yeah. He did not age well. He looks rough. He's rough.
He is rough.
I was talking to Anya about that, and she was like, well, all the things he's been through.
I mean,
but he looks like he didn't look bad at all in 6. Shit, if you told me he was 30,
I think he was 36.
In 6?
Yeah. So.
Because that took place in
so
2012,
49.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, he was 36.
Wow.
Yep.
No wonder he didn't look old. Yeah. He does look rough around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Grace looks good. She's just kind of... Let's talk about Grace as a character. I'll let you go first.
I mean, more cons than pros. She, I just feel like her battle IQ is so low.
But it also has those moments where it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got the moments where she's smarter, like when she escapes the gurney. That was good. That was because, I mean, I didn't know what she was going to do. I didn't know what she was looking at or what, like, I thought she was going to grab the cord and do something, but she saw like the glass and dropped it and cut that was smart. It was also smart to,
The door thing.
The door thing, yeah, she opened the door and then ran back and hid. That's some stuff that you think about, like, when you watch a horror movie and you're like, no, she should have done this. That's what she did.
Yeah.
Right there,
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like she's good at evading rather than fighting. Like evading, staying out of trouble.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And obviously they wanted her to go for the more intellectual out of the two because she has the blood crafting.
She's just not more intellectual though. Leon is smarter than Grace, 100%.
Yeah, where's that report?
What's that?
We got to talk about that.
What?
When the fucking black guy, the black boss.
Yeah, dude, that was ridiculous.
That's honestly,
oh my goodness, fuck him.
That was the worst scene in the game. That's a terrible scene. to give you guys context, fucking Grace comes back after doing all that bullshit in Raccoon City and just the whole game.
Yeah.
And then she's back as a fucking desk jockey,
Yeah.
which means that she's
Not promoted or anything.
not
No,
promoted.
why would you promote her?
No,
She only-
she's not famous.
She only saved the world.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous. But that just made me think, like, we're probably not going to see her in another game.
I don't mind that.
I don't care.
I mean,
I don't care at all. I mean, I like,
Yeah, man.
and if that's the case, then we can't do this like, oh, they're fresh around the gills type of deal again. You know what I mean? So RE10, it probably will be Chris and Leon.
Either that or Rose, and I don't want to see Rose.
No, I don't think we're seeing Rose again.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No, I really don't.
What makes you say that?
Well, from what I've heard, it wasn't received well,
Mm.
and I think that story is just over. I think Ethan and his whole story and everything that encompasses him is over. I think Grace's story is over, but
Yeah.
obviously they're setting it up for Chris to meet Redfield, and Chris to meet Leon.
I mean,
And they're gonna fucking take shit over, and that game's gonna maul RE9.
you know one thing I realized? You don't fight with Chris in 6. You fight, as Leon, you fight with Jake, and as Chris, you fight with Jake. But Chris and Leon never fight together.
No, they don't. It's kind of crazy to think that a series that stretches from, when did the first Resident Evil come out? 1999?
I think earlier than that.
Well,
I think it was 1990. Yeah, I don't know.
a series that's probably almost 30 years old,
Yeah.
and their interactions have been so limited, even though those are the two most iconic characters of the series.
Yeah.
No diff. I mean, it's definitely those two.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about Wesker, you could talk about Ada, you could talk about Rebecca, but it's those two. Those are the two main characters.
Yeah.
And I was telling you this before, Chris is the main character of the Resident Evil series.
Oh, I agree.
He is. I mean, he was in the first game.
Even though I do think at least at certain time periods, Leon was the poster boy,
Yeah. And I mean,
and probably still is.
we were the only way that I see that Resident Evil 10 isn't what I think it's going to be is if they come out with DLC and they do something with Chris and Leon.
Or they do something with the fucking female characters, Jill, Claire, Rebecca, which would be a mistake.
It would be fucking terrible.
That would be a huge mistake.
It would be terrible. But I mean, the speculation of the next game that's coming out, it's not going to be RE10. It's probably going to be Code Veronica remake.
Yeah, for some reason, bro. But it needs a remake and 5 doesn't.
Code Veronica was more horror oriented, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was the fixed camera games.
So that's probably why they did Grace's section, was to get a feel for how they're going to do Code Veronica. I could be wrong there, but I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
Maybe. I mean, because you do have Claire and you do have Chris.
In Code Veronica.
Yeah. And from what I understand, I do think Chris did, like, get more competent between Resident Evil 1 and Code Veronica.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll be a bad game. It's just not what we want.
No, I want the 5 remake. Like I said, if 5 remake came out and they did it right, it could be my favorite Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think it's going to be co-op?
No, I don't. I don't think it's going to be co-op.
I-
I really don't. I've been saying this for a while now. 4 did not need a remake.
Mhm.
But since it did get a remake, yeah, 5 needs a remake too.
Mhm.
If we're gonna go with 4, we're not gonna stop at 4. We're gonna make a 5 remake, even though realistically neither one of them needed it. 1
No.
through 3, I completely understand it.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone back and played 2 or 3.
Neither would I. Most likely I wouldn't have. You can't even buy 2 on PlayStation.
Yeah, not without a premium.
Yeah, so you can't buy it, so why would you? Like, clearly they don't want you to play that. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you're LARPing. You've only played the remakes of them." I wouldn't have played them otherwise, so
Right.
I'd fuck off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I probably wouldn't have. They just don't interest me.
No, I mean, trying to play even Resident Evil 1 remaster is a ridiculous play, man. It's so just getting around in that game sucks dick. And people don't talk about it, but dude, you run so slow or you move so slow, and then the door animations, and then getting around like, oh no, I got to go back to that area, so you're doing it all over again. Like I can't bring myself to do it.
Was it good for its time? I'm sure it was, but
Yeah, it was like 2002 when it came out.
the remaster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the original. Like, was it?
I think the original was like 1999, 1998.
So. I mean, like, if it was good for its time, cool. But it's 2026, and the standards for gaming are much different now. You could say that being like having a low attention span.
And you could
whatnot.
say, I mean, Resident Evil 4 is obviously a dated game, but like, I can go back and play that no problem. You know?
I could argue it being dated. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's dated more. I would say it's more like games don't follow the same rules, or they don't do the same shit that, you know, that game does. Like, there are some mechanics in it that it doesn't do.
Mm-hmm.
There's some weird things in it, like,
The thing though is I would understand if somebody, like, you know, younger than us were to play it and not enjoy it as much as the modern games. I would understand that.
nah, because I think there's a certain simplicity that the original has that's more appealing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you this before, that, you know, RE4, the original one's better.
Yeah.
And
I agree every time.
straight away from RE9, but what else could we talk about?
I was still talking about Grace.
Oh yeah.
The amount of dude with Emily, man, it was just like, it was tiring to see that. You know what I mean? Like, I get that you're trying to save the kid, because I'd try to save the kid too if I was in her position. But, like, I'm not gonna kill myself to do so. And also, after she died, even though she didn't,
Even though
which
she probably
would have, it would have been just fine if she did. Like,
I wouldn't have cared.
I didn't care for. The game made like, why it didn't make us care for her at all.
No, well, like, am I supposed to care because she was a child?
Right.
She wasn't even a real kid.
Right.
She's a test tube baby.
But and the fact that I think the worst thing about Grace that made me think she was a bad character was when she thought Emily died, and then she just went with Zeno and Gideon. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely absurd. That she would just, like,
Willingly hand herself over.
yeah, she would be like, no, I'm done, drop the revolver, you know, walk away, and then go with them, not even knowing where they're taking her, not knowing their plan. She was just willing to throw herself away. What, because a kid died? Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
that is fucking ridiculous. And Leon just let her walk away. And me and you disagreed on why he let her walk away.
Like I said, I mean, I think
He's not even like he's surprised that they took her away. It's like he expected it to happen.
yeah, you're right. I don't know. And then you got the end of the game, and it bothered me, the fact that they were in the rubble, and then all the lights turn off, and
Try
they're
not
like,
to share the information on that, just in case it's sensitive.
oh yeah, okay. Um,
Oh yeah, the rubble scene.
yeah. It pissed me off so much how it's like the lights went off, and it's like, so this is it then. Like, no, that is absolutely uncharacteristic of Leon.
I agree. I think it is uncharacteristic. I think I'd like to know what the fuck they were thinking when they wrote that.
Like they didn't even look for like half a minute.
No, they just looked around. No, it's over.
Hell,
And it
bro.
clearly wasn't because the fucking wolf pack came through the fucking ceiling. So there was definitely a way that they could have gotten
Well, it was
that.
before that, but yeah, I mean, you could have somehow, got up there maybe, or got through some of the rubble, like, do some searching, and it's like the lights go off, so this is it then. You have flashlights! You both have flashlights!
I didn't even think of that.
Come on, man!
That's fucking lame, dude. Yeah, that was stupid. I think that was just like overly dramatized, like pulling at our heartstring bullshit.
Yeah.
Even though we both knew that was. Everybody who played that game knew that wasn't going to be the end. So why even include it?
Imagine if that was the end.
Like how gullible do you think people would have had to have been in order to believe some shit like that? Like no, never, not in a million years, not a fucking chance, dude. So
Right.
no. The boss fight with Gideon, like I said before, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good boss fight. Probably one of the best in the series, to be honest, because of
Really?
I think just because of the pairing and whatnot. Honestly, if it lasted longer, I wouldn't have been upset about it. I think, yeah. I mean, I think my favorite boss fight in the whole series is Heisenberg.
Really?
I think
I
it's
didn't
great.
care for his.
I thought it was great. I thought it was cinematic. I thought it was fun.
I liked when you beat him and how your whole machine just got destroyed and you were about to get sucked in. I did like that.
Yeah, that was good. And you fall fucking 50 feet,
Right.
and when you're okay, completely fine. Because mold doesn't get hurt. Everybody knows this. Mold doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
What else? No, I thought that was a good fight.
And I think, like you said yourself, Leon had character flaws throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I don't understand why he had trauma.
Why he had trauma. I think it was weird how Gideon no-diffed him, and then later it's like he was fighting him.
I think they had to have a reason to switch over to Grace, and that's why they chose to do that.
Yeah, but
That's why. But
it could have been better than Leon just like not even given much of a fight.
he just sat there and took it. And then I mean,
Like in the Big Cheese, at least he was like kicking.
when he was in the chair and he was just staring at him, just mogging and mewing, that was awesome.
That was cool.
Because that showed you how seasoned he was. That he's not
He's just not scared.
he's not worried.
And I do like how he was waiting for Gideon to get in front of him to pull out the knife.
Mm-hmm.
He was waiting for just the right moment. That's cool. And he, even when he was slicing his face, you know what I mean? He was still just waiting.
The Mr. X fight,
I liked it.
it was good.
I mean,
It was, and go ahead.
like you said, I mean, maybe at first they didn't do a good job at displaying the power scaling between RE2 and RE9 Leon at first. But I think when you do fight Mr. X, that's when it showed that, like, okay, yeah, Leon's much more powerful now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I like that part about it. And he killed him.
Especially because he's more of just like a not a mini boss, but he's just like a halfway through the game boss. Whereas like RE2 Leon, he was like a super tyrant, and that was the end boss. You know what I mean?
I mean, not only that, but he showed up halfway through the game, got handled halfway through the game, as opposed to RE2. He was there from the start
Yeah.
all the way to the end. And Leon didn't kill him by himself.
No.
Killed him with the help of Jill.
With a grenade launcher. Not Jill. Claire.
I always get those fucking broads mixed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with the grenade launcher. Yeah, like I said, I think the power scaling was done very well. The story definitely could have been better. Grace's segments, I want to talk a little bit more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when we talk about the replayability of the game, replayability of a Resident Evil is huge to me.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why RE4 is so good, because of the amount of times
Very replayable.
we've gone back and we've beaten the game. It's like, it's one of the most replayable games, period. You know?
I'm gonna say something. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Resident Evil 8, I will agree that it's more replayable than RE9.
Oh my god, yeah. Because I've beaten RE8 like 4 times.
Really?
Yeah. It's very replayable. It's fun too.
Mm.
With RE9, it's, I mean, New Game Plus could be helpful, where you go through with Grace's segments and you have like an infinite requiem or something. But you have to earn points to even get that.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't
that,
like
to
that.
me, that's a fucking, I'm not gonna say it's a bad system because it has potential. But bro, if we beat the game for the first time, you gotta give us something good.
Well, there was nothing there for Grace. There was like an infinite knife, a machine gun, and then you need like a shit ton of points to get infinite ammo, to where like you need to do multiple playthroughs. Yeah. So it's not worth it compared to like when you're replaying RE4. Like when you beat the game on normal, I mean you get the infinite launcher.
Yeah.
And then when you beat it on New Game Plus, you get the Chicago typewriter, you know. And then when you beat it on Professional, you get the laser gun. There's so much
Focus removal.
There's so much incentive to replay RE4.
And it's done so well.
It is.
Like the point system is, it could work well, but it just doesn't.
I'll say not as much as the original, but for remake, it was pretty replayable because you could get a lot more with the points than you could in 9.
My biggest problem with RE9 is there's not a lot of content there.
What do you mean?
There's no mercenaries mode.
Yeah.
And in RE2 you had like the challenge mode where you could go back and play the individual challenges. I remember that the most out of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had the one where you had to kill 100 zombies in the starting gas station, and you couldn't leave the gas station until you beat all the zombies. There was one where you had to run through like the Umbrella's facility as Hunk.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Those were awesome fucking challenges. And there is none of that in RE9. And there's no mercenaries in RE9. So all you get is the game.
You know, I'm just now thinking about this. When I was playing that game mode as in Resident Evil 2, I remember, running past a lot of enemies, and they wouldn't damage you when you had the chance of, like, shoving past them. Mm-hmm. RE9 doesn't give you that luxury.
No, it doesn't.
I hate that so much, bro.
Because it doesn't make any sense on why that would hurt you.
Right, like, they're grabbing you too hard.
Scratching you. Like, give me a fucking break.
Right.
No, that doesn't make any sense, and I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I think it's just a way to make the game different and maybe a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, that's not always going to be a solution, you running past.
Well, it's chanced, too.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say the enemy variety in RE9 was good.
That's good.
You had cause even your regular zombies, they had different outfits. Some of them had weapons.
Talked differently.
Yeah, some of them talked differently. You had like the butcher. You had the big ass baby. You had girl.
Yeah.
You had the BSAA zombies that had machine guns, which was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You had the Raccoon City zombies, who behaved differently.
Got those lab zombies.
You had the spiders.
Lickers.
You had the lickers. You had
Which the lickers didn't play a big part at all.
no, but I enjoyed fighting them.
No, yeah, it was good.
And I think that was just another way to show the power scaling because Leon handles. How many of them were in that fucking room? It was like 6, right?
Yeah,
And you just like no diff them.
basically.
So I can definitely appreciate the power scaling as far as that's concerned.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but the soundtrack didn't really matter too much.
No.
There really wasn't. The soundtrack wasn't notable. Some sections in Raccoon City, the soundtrack was cool. Like the battle music was cool, but there's like kind of no typewriter music or save room music.
And that's kind of a big part of
It is
Resident Evil.
like sometimes it'll play, but not always.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little disappointing. I feel like they could have added that, but
Would have been easy to add too.
it would have been. But they didn't. So
Yeah.
you know, so like I said, that's a bit disappointing. Yeah, I don't know if I can give you a conventional rating of the game. To be honest with you, rating games really isn't my thing.
It's hard to rate that one too.
It is. Like I said, I feel mixed about it. Like people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, they're gonna think all sorts of things. Yeah, it's a mixed bag game. Like I said, it's mostly good.
There's elements of Grace's sections that I didn't like, and there's elements that I did like, and then same with Leon.
I think overall, I think the setting of the estate with Grace, I think it's a cool ass aesthetic.
Mhm.
I think it's a cool setting. As Leon, it doesn't matter as much. You know?
No, I mean, no matter where you are, it's like you're gonna blow through it. you know?
Yeah.
Although I will say, with RPD, it took a little bit for him to get the bike and to roll out.
It did take a while.
And it also took a little bit to figure out what he was doing until like you saw the bike and you're like, okay, so that's what's going on. You're gonna blow the gate and he's gonna roll out of there.
So, what do we think about the point system when you get to Raccoon City?
The point? Oh, I like it.
I like it too. I just feel like you didn't really get much time to use it. You know,
No.
like
No, you didn't.
at a certain point, you kind of upgrade everything.
Yeah.
The weapons
No.
are lackluster as well, I'll say.
Especially the machine gun, huh?
The machine guns fucking suck, by the way. Like, honestly, don't pick them up.
No.
Don't pick them up. It's a waste.
Or discard them.
Yeah, discard them. Don't pick them up. Sell them. Just don't get them. Yeah, like, I tried both of the machine guns. They were both shit.
Mm-hmm.
The one shotgun did feel good. Shotguns feel good. Requiem feels fantastic. The pistols are good. The sniper rifles are not bad either.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, and the hatchet's awesome.
The hatchet is awesome. Probably my favorite. Well, it is my favorite part of Leon's combat.
Yeah.
100%.
And the melees, like when you actually get the melee enemies.
It's
after you stun them.
satisfying.
It is satisfying. That's why they need a fucking mercenaries mode. But we don't know if there's going to be a mercenaries mode. We don't know. We're in a speculation stage.
I
right now.
would guess that they are
They better.
gonna have one.
They better.
I mean, they have one for 8. They had one for 7, which was it was Clancy. You played in the basement. I don't know if you remember.
No, I didn't play it actually.
You had one in 6, 5, 4. I'd imagine you're gonna get one. You know what I mean?
You didn't get one in. Did you get 4? You got 4 in 1, and you got 1 in 4 remake.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get 1 and 3 though. 3 remake, did you?
I don't remember. I didn't. I played it like once and beat it.
It was a very short game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was like people's biggest complaint is how short it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think where the hatred for it comes from is people who loved the original. Apparently, they cut a lot of stuff. But I also heard them like comparing the characters, and that people didn't like Jill. And I watched something on like what the difference between original and the remake, and it's like, dude, it's people finding shit to complain about. It really is.
I don't think Jill's a good character.
No, I mean, Capcom doesn't do the woman characters well, but the Capcom fans still like them because
They're idiots.
they're idiots. They're gonna like whatever they dish out.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
Yeah, except like RE6.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Is RE6 a good game? Honestly, not really. I don't think the gameplay is good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the gameplay of it. Story's compelling.
Mm-hmm.
I like the story. I like the story in RE6 more than I like it in RE9, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not great in 9.
But the best part about RE6 is you get all those characters.
100%. It's probably the longest game.
Oh, it definitely
Because
is.
of that.
Yeah, it definitely is. And they had mercenaries mode. You hear that? Capcom,
They
you hear
did.
that? They had a mercenaries mode on top of 4 separate campaigns. That's fucking crazy. And you couldn't had a fucking mercenaries mode
Right.
at launch. Why?
Well, 4 remakes wasn't on launch.
It wasn't on launch, but I still feel like it was bullshit. It's bullshit that they didn't have it. Like when I went into the bonus modes to check, and there wasn't one there, and I'm like,
No, there's not much in bonus modes. It's kind of ridiculous. Like how little content there is. I mean, and the concept art is not good.
no, it's not. It's disappointing. Yeah, like this game doesn't have much content going on for it, and it's not very replayable. So it's kind of like it's a one playthrough type of deal. Like you play it through.
So if I had to give advice on somebody that's starting to play it, I'd say like, get it all in.
Yeah.
Just because it's not replayable and there's not much content, like just suck it all in, man.
Suck that dick.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of sucking dick, the multiple endings.
Yeah, I mean,
You want to tell them the story?
yeah. So there's 2 options. One that to destroy Elpis being the virus that they're trying to. It's why they need Grace to tell them the password to the system, and it's used to mind control people, I guess. And yeah, there's an option to destroy Elpis as Grace and to release it. And apparently, Spencer had an atonement period, or he wanted to atone for his sins, and so he made a cure for it instead and hid it as a virus. And Grace somehow realized that, and when you click to release Elpis, that gives you the good ending, and when you do to destroy Elpis, I mean,
Ironically.
it's the bad ending because he kills Leon, and that's it. It ends right there. He kills Leon. They both fall into the depth, and Grace gets saved. Which, by the way, Gideon is still on the loose apparently.
Yeah, and he doesn't show up at all.
No.
For some fucking reason.
Right. If that's the case, Gideon was like right there when you released it, so he should have like intercepted Grace when she was.
That would have been a really bad ending then, because they both would have died.
Right.
It's kind of pointless. I don't know why they included it.
I don't.
Because you can go back and like get a different ending right there.
Mhm.
It'd be one thing if you had to play the whole fucking game again.
I did save before it,
Yeah.
so I wasn't gonna have that problem.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know why they included it. Maybe because people were just like expecting Leon to die. I kind of expected Leon to die, I'm not gonna lie, but he didn't.
I did too, and that was a bad way for him to die too.
Yeah,
That was bad.
it was bad, but I wasn't unaffected by it because obviously that's not the canon ending.
Yeah.
It's not. You know, they're not gonna do that. So like I said, if it's obviously not the canon ending, then what the fuck is the point? Like in Xeno's kind of like a nothing antagonist because he doesn't really do anything. Like his
No, he
most
doesn't.
notable thing isn't canon.
And you don't have like you don't face him in combat at all, which is disappointing. You know, give Leon another feat or something like you did Chris.
Yeah, I really don't. They just did nothing with him. Like they introduced Xeno, like his most notable achievement isn't canon, which is killing Leon.
Yeah.
I will say, it was, like in his introduction, it's so badass where he's killing the BSAA soldiers, and he's like he's blowing them to fucking smithereens. But it's like, what's the point? Because he doesn't display that sort of threat. And of course, he displays the classic stupid ass villain trope where he lets Grace and Leon go. Instead of killing Leon right there, which he easily could have.
Yeah.
And Gideon, no death Xeno. Literally is a no death.
Well, he did cure himself.
He did. It's like, what the fuck was the point of him? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just felt so pointless. Yeah, I don't know. And like I said, I think they wanted us to think, oh, is that Wesker? And no, it's not Wesker. It's Xeno.
They want us to think, oh, is that Spencer?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not Spencer. It's Gideon. Oh, is that Mr. X? Yes, it actually is.
Is it?
And then Mr. X gets low diffed.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he couldn't kill him inside of the RPD. He had to go outside to do that. I'm not exactly sure why.
I don't know. I mean, he seemed pretty formidable inside the building, and then when he got outside, it was just like game over.
Not much of a challenge. Oh, the motorcycle section.
That was cool. I liked that. It reminded me of Vendetta.
I liked it too. I think honestly, out of everything that people could say that was ridiculous in the game, there's actually not that much.
No, but yeah, you got Leon like
The spider.
Huh?
The spider. Where you kick the spider off, that giant spider off the building somehow.
that. Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow kick a fucking probably a multiple ton spider off with your fucking legs.
Yeah. That. I mean, that's a strength feat for you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got one in RE6 where he's prying a shark's mouth open.
Yeah.
It was like a megalodon too.
And then he gets dragged underwater, like hundreds of feet.
Yeah.
But he's completely fine.
Yeah, he doesn't get pressurized or anything.
Nah, completely fine. Completely fine.
Even though, yeah, I mean, at that depth, your head would probably explode.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, I mean, the motorcycle section was cool. The most ridiculous part is like when he jumped the buildings. That was crazy.
It was. I thought the same thing when looking at it. I was like, "Wow, really? How did you even know that like the other side was like that?"
It wouldn't have taken fall damage. Don't worry. Some of the animations were a little goofy, but I still think it was a badass segment overall.
Oh, it was funny. Yeah, when Leon he stopped and then he wheelied away. That was funny.
I think the game is just kind of predictable, a little bit. Like,
I mean, like I said, I knew the plot from the second I saw Emily. You know.
like, oh, is Gideon still alive? Of course he's still
Yeah.
alive. Of course he's alive. They don't. Nobody in Resident Evil, no antagonist goes down that easily.
At least no, like, main antagonist.
Yeah. I am surprised Mr. X didn't come back at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it adds to Leon's formidability, I guess. Just ending him that easy. I mean, Gideon was a nemesis before Mr. X was, which is weird.
Yeah, none of the antagonists are really that formidable, except Xeno. But Xeno doesn't do shit, so he's not formidable either.
Right.
So
It seemed like Gideon, when he choked out Leon, I thought he was, like, very formidable. And then I was educated
yeah,
playing forward.
yeah, absolutely. I think that's about all.
Yeah. Just that surprised. Oh yeah, Sherry.
Yeah, sure.
They kind of just wanted to add her.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I wanted her and Jake to get together, but nah. Jake's probably dead or some shit.
I have no doubt.
You think he's dead?
Yeah, he's a mercenary.
I think he gave that up. Didn't he give it up at the end of 6?
I don't think so. Maybe
I think he did.
he might have. I mean,
I think he
the end.
changed his ways because of Sherry. And
The-
I thought that him and Sherry were going to get together, but they didn't.
The end of 6. It was if you remember, there was this lady that was holding an apple, or that the monsters were coming, and she was holding an apple for Jake. And then he took the apple and then just shot the monsters. It was weird. Like he was accepting payment, whatever she could give. Because he asked, like, "Do you have the payment?"
Story.
And then she's like, but yeah, it just seemed like Sherry was just added just to be added for the hell of it. No expansion on her.
No. Of course not.
Honestly, I would have preferred they just had Hunnigan. Just because, like, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, because they do nothing with Sherry.
Yeah, I mean, Sherry was a field agent before, and then she gets demoted to comms.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
right. She's probably, like, well, she was definitely one of the better, if not the best, female protagonists.
Definitely strongest because she has regeneration.
Yeah. Well, so did Jill, I think, after RE3. Or RE5.
Jill looks. Jill Valentine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jill looks the best in RE5, by the way, guys.
No.
Absolutely.
RE3.
She's blonde.
Nah, she mogs in RE3. Yeah.
Her haircut sucks.
No, it does not. You and I aren't gonna have the same opinion about this. I don't know why. You knew I wasn't gonna have the same opinion. But you just want to banter for some reason.
No. Yes. I don't know. What is your mic? Does your mic still say it's on? Is it blue?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I think that about covers it.
Okay. This has been episode 2 of Karkness Kast without Steve here because Steve has not played RE's 9. I don't think Steve has played and beaten any Resident Evils for that matter.
I think he's beaten 4, but it was like a long time ago.
But so we didn't include him because
I don't think he's gonna beat RE9.
no, I don't think he's gonna get it. but he wouldn't have added anything to this conversation, so we decided to exclude him. Also, it's his granny's birthday.
Yeah.
Grammy?
Whatever.
Grammy or Granny? Either way, that's why he's not here. To all of our viewers, our listeners, our fans, our sycophants.
All 7 of them.
Yeah. We're looking at 2 of them right now.
Yeah. That's true.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's gonna put a timestamp for every time Todd was in the background.
What if it was Todd?
Thanks, Todd.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that would have been funny. All right. Well, that is all. So,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
All right. Was that a W?